Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't know whether it's in order for Honorable Fred to discuss the issue of the CEC, and one of the reasons that we are supposed to suspend the CEC during the impeachment of the CEC, we had cleared one of the reasons were among those who are supposed to be paid of the fund. But the County of Assembly restated the same CEC. So that matter we have dealt, and we should not be discussing the same issue every now and then. And this is a public document that belongs to the Nandi County at large. It is not individual and it's not personal, Honorable Speaker. So I think that matter, the other time that we were supposed to, during the impeachment, the CEC remained. And we said we have cleared him and he was okay. And that I don't think whether we should be discussing the same issue every now and then, Honorable Speaker.
Speaker.
Honorable Fred, take a seat. Take a seat, Honorable Fred. Take a seat. I want that one matter first. That is the first matter that I need to give my comment on, because I wanted to conclusively deal with that before we proceed with the business. Honorable Kipkurui.
Honorable Speaker, I think that matter, it is very proper, Honorable Speaker, that we treat this Honorable House with the respect that it deserves. Say from all the other drama, Honorable Speaker, this Honorable House must be respected. And Honorable Speaker, as to that matter, just to remind ourselves, on the matter of the penalty that the CPA Lagat was to pay, he did indicate, Honorable Speaker, that he had appealed to the same. Honorable Speaker, as to the response, the office of the clerk and the office of the Speaker, we did demand to see the letter seeking an appeal and how it was handled at that point by the office of the clerk and the office of the Speaker. Because, Honorable Speaker, the decision to penalize Honorable CPA Lagat was made by this Honorable House. As to how it was transacted and how it was concluded, Honorable Speaker, I think it is important that the office of the clerk and by this case the office of the Speaker pronounces itself with finality on this matter, Honorable Speaker. So that, Honorable Speaker, we are not going to be going back and forth. If CPA Lagat sought for an appeal, how was it handled? So that, Honorable Speaker, because we need to be just to all, Honorable Speaker, and we need to respect this Honorable House. And the procedures in this Honorable House, Honorable Speaker, must be adhered, no matter who anyone is, Honorable Speaker. I seek that the office of the Speaker pronounces itself on that matter.
Honorable Fred, before I give Honorable, that should be then Honorable Swadi, then I'll pronounce my decision on this.
Ningependa kuchulisha viranja wetu wa bunge hii ya kwamba hiyo sheria ilipitishwa na hii bunge. Tulipitisha, ilifika kwa ofisi ya mheshimiwa gavana, imefika kwa ofisi yake na hakuna mtu yeyote amefuatilia yale mambo. Unajua mheshimiwa Speaker, ningependa kuchulisha bunge hii ya kwamba kama kiranja wetu wa hii bunge wa chama na naibu wetu wa Speaker, kama wanaweza ongea vitu kama hiyo kwa hii nyumba mheshimiwa Speaker, sisi kama waheshimiwa tumeanguka mheshimiwa Speaker. Kwa sababu gani mheshimiwa Speaker? Hao ndio wanasimamia sheria. Naibu wa Speaker ako kwa ofisi yako. Nyinyi ni mnasimamia sheria. Kiranja wetu wa chama, yeye ndiye anawakilisha serikali ya Kenya mzima mpaka kaunti. Anaongea mambo mengine tofauti mheshimiwa Speaker. Na ningependa kuambia waheshimiwa kwamba tuko kwa shida mheshimiwa Speaker.
Honorable Fred, you are successfully prosecuted your matter. Honorable Swadi.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Speaker kwa kunipa fursa hii. Mimi ninachukua fursa hii kuungana na wenzangu Mheshimiwa Fred na Mheshimiwa wale ambao wamesema ni kweli bunge hili liko na majukumu, na kulingana na vile standing order yetu imesema, unaweza ukapiga fine ama ukaruhusu huyo mtu atolewe kwa kiti. Lakini swali yangu Mheshimiwa Speaker ni kwamba, je, huu ni wakati mwafaka wa kufanya hiyo, kuuliza hilo swali katika bunge hili wakati tunapotaka kupata makadirio ya bajeti? Kuna wakati ambao tungeuliza hilo swali ama wakati tungefuatilia jambo, lakini sio wakati ambao sasa tunataka tupate makadirio katika bunge letu ya Nandi ndio tuanze kuuliza hizo swali. Lakini hiyo swali ni sawa, lakini sio wakati huu. Tuko na wakati ambao inastahili tufanye hayo maneno ya kuuliza hayo maswali na kujua ya kwamba yale tulipitisha katika bunge hili yametekelezwa ama hajatekelezwa, lakini sio wakati huu, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Honorable Fred, the person who was making the comments has already sat. So your point of information would have been admissible at the point Honorable Swadi was speaking.
Na
Unless you are standing on a point of order, I will not allow you.
Mheshimiwa Speaker, unajua kulingana na kipengele unasajulisha bunge ama mheshimiwa mwenzako?
Now,
Honorable
Fred, take a seat first. Let me just guide on that. Point of information is on the substance being discussed. And the substance is discussed by an individual honorable member. So if a honorable member, that's why I was allowing you to address the majority leader when he was speaking. So if it comes to...
Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Proceed now.
Kipengele namba 174, Mheshimiwa Speaker. Hiyo kipengele ni ya leo, kesho kutwa, hakuna siku kipengele italala. Kile Mheshimiwa Kabwarenga anasema ya kwamba si leo. Kipengele ni kipengele. Kipengele ni ya bunge. Hii kipengele tumesoma hapa ni ya hii bunge. Hakuna siku nasema ni kesho. Na ningependa pia kusema ya kwamba waziri huyu tumeita, hata juzi tulimuita akaandika barua. Yeye hajawahi kuja hapa. Tungemuuliza siku gani. Kipengele ni 74 na sheria ni sheria, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Honorable members. Honorable Fred has raised the issue of unpaid fines. I therefore wish to sum the issues as follows for my consideration. The first question that we need to consider is whether the County Assembly has an ability, because when Honorable Fred raised the issue, the majority leader contended that the Assembly may not be in a position. So the first issue for determination, Honorable members, is whether the County Assembly can be able to impose. Honorable members, anyone with a phone, kindly don't disrupt. So the first thing is to identify whether indeed the County Assembly has the powers, and our standing orders provide for the same. I can confirm with certainty that in our standing orders, the fines imposed by the County Assembly are valid and admissible. The County Assembly has the power, has the ability, and is allowed by the law to be able to undertake the same. Secondly, honorable members, for the matter in hand, which is a subjective matter, which I think has been prosecuted more than once, the issue is that there were fines that were adopted in form of a report tabled by Honorable Mengech, an ad hoc committee chaired by Honorable Mengech. The vice chair, I think, was Honorable Walter, about specific issues of specific issues where the assembly summons had been disregarded. So in this case, honorable members, the same formed part of the impeachment proceedings that were brought by the subject at hand. During the impeachment proceedings, if my facts are right, the said person contended to the assembly that he is acceptable to the fine, except that there was an appeal that was lodged to the county assembly for consideration. That was not the only figure. It was also touching on the other. So for my analysis, I need to deliver a concise ruling on the following main question that has arose, which the Deputy Speaker has raised, that whether in the impeachment trial failing to succeed on the floor, does it mean it nullified a previous decision of the Assembly? That decision is important because we intend to confirm whether an impeachment trial or a process is a finality on itself. Secondly, it would also give us a direction whether it extinguishes the obligation. And lastly, it will provide a precedent that this House will be able to have. Importantly, honorable members, I also need to guide the House on the timelines. Upon the House adopting a report and a fine imposed, what is the respective timeline needed for the same to be adhered to, and at what point should it be considered lapse, and what are the mechanisms that the entire House will have? Based on that, honorable members, the facts before us needs consideration, and Honorable Kipkurui Chepkony has further raised an important concern and say that the office of the Speaker and the office of the Clerk must be able to provide concise report and feedback as to what became of the appellate that was raised before us. Based on that, honorable members, and considering the timeline that we have, I will infer that today being on a Wednesday, 24th of June 2020, I therefore seek that within 7 days, I should report back with the House with a concise ruling on those matters that I've been able to indicate, with some preliminaries that are agreed. For example, I agree with Honorable Fred as to what powers the Assembly has, but as to the specific case before us, it will need 7 days within which you have to report back with a clear summary of, and that will not just touch on the CC himself, including other fines that the Assembly has been able to vet, and that will bring the matter to a settlement. That is my direction. So that being said, honorable members, I think we will proceed with our business of the day.
Habari Mheshimiwa Spika.
Yes, Honorable Fred.
Ningependa kupata habari kwako Mheshimiwa Spika kuhusu kipengele ya kwamba kuna siku unaweza sema kipengele haifanyi kazi leo, inafanya kazi kesho, ama Mheshimiwa Spika.
Take a seat, Honorable Fred. You are out of order. I am sure you've been listening to my directions. I've said the standing orders stand. Whatever you've said, I have agreed with you. So the only remaining thing is now to apply the law with facts. So it is not true that we decide when. You are completely out of order. If that was the case, then I would have overruled you. I have not overruled you. I have accepted, but I've said 4 different kind of issues arise out of the same, and the House needs proper information. So I think we can proceed with the business. Sergeant?
Window of order, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Gideon?
Standing on standing order 34 on a matter of county importance, Mr. Speaker. Seeking leave of this House to adjourn the matter at hand and discuss definite matter of county importance in relation to the delay in payment of salaries in Nandi County.
Proceed, Honorable Gideon.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to move a motion under Standing Order 34 on adjournment of definite matter of urgent county importance, that the issue of delay of payment of salaries by Nandi County government be deliberated by the House as an urgent and definite matter. Further aware that the payment of salary to the county government public and the state officers is an obligation and the right that cannot be abrogated. Noting that the county treasury has in several occasions failed to process payment on time, thus subjecting the county employees to both social and economic distress. Cognizant that no lasting solution has been put in place to look into the problem by the county treasury. Realizing that the welfare of the county employees at these difficult moments of COVID, especially the health workers, who tirelessly work to offer their services, noting that if no intervention is taken, the problem will prolong. Now this House resolves that the county secretary appears before the Committee of General Oversight to address the issues of delayed salaries. Mr. Speaker, as I move this motion and seek the secondment of this motion by Honorable Teresa Mayo, I wish to say that it is the responsibility of we, the elected representative, to speak on behalf of the people of Nandi, especially the employees who have gone through distress since November last year. The calendar of salary payment has changed from 27th to 5th to 15th. Now it is double. It is overlapping. It is now overlapping. Normally we do salary arrears in terms of payment because you come to work for 1 month, then you are paid. But now we are going to work for 2 months before you are paid. And there is no conclusive explanation. It is the responsibility of this House to discuss and come up with a conclusive issue in seeking so that we assist in even explaining to the workers of this county the matters pertaining the delay of salaries. It is so ashamed that the staff calls you and you are not in a position to even explain, and you are in position of authority. So, Mr. Speaker, that's why I raise that we adjourn the definite matter to discuss this definite matter of county importance. I ask Honorable Teresa Mayo to second the motion.
Honorable members, or you wanted, I thought you had already seconded. Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And thank you, Honorable Member from Nandi Hills, for thinking about the plight of the workers, including ourselves. Honorable Speaker, I do second this motion by saying that apart from the distress is not only in the employees themselves. It goes ahead to distress even their families, their children, considering the fact that during this pandemic, children are at home, they need to eat, they need to sanitize, they are forced to stay in the house, they must be fed with the salaries from the work they are doing. Honorable Speaker, the same employees have loans with the banks. So to us here, we have loans. These loans accrue interest on monthly basis. If it is delayed even for 5 days, it still accrues serious interests. The disadvantage is enormous. Think about the NHIF, the covers, which do not work because of the delayed salaries. We've been crippling with different end months for up to 6 months now. Like Honorable Gideon has said, it has moved from 27th, 28th to 15th. Now it is 23rd, 24th. And there's no one who is explaining anything. There's no one who we don't understand. So it is really necessary. We thank God we have the CC finance here. We passed the budget, including those of salaries. No one has explained. I think this is the very ideal time that this motion is discussed. I support. Thank you.
Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, I therefore wish then to put the question, because the implication, honorable members.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Majority, I wanted to give a direction. Just sit. I understand what you want
Maybe
to
before you give the direction, Honorable Speaker.
proceed.
I appreciate the motion by Honorable Gideon. We are actually distressed, Honorable Speaker, and I know the challenge that all the staff of our county are undergoing, up to including ourselves, Honorable Speaker. I even pity those who rent houses, those who stay in town, because some of them have been sent away. However, Honorable Speaker, we can, now that we have the CC for finance here, he is in a position to address the same, maybe before deliberating on the issue of budget, Honorable Speaker, so that we can do both. Because this budget is for 2020-2021, which is equally important for our county. This budget is for all of us and is for people of Nandi, Honorable Speaker, so that we can dispense with the challenge that Honorable Gideon has raised before maybe he can continue with the other part, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Majority Leader, you are conversing before the honorable members. So, as per the standing order number 34, as a speaker, I'm guided with the fact that when there's such a motion at the time of our orders of business as they are, I will refer to standing order number 34 1, which provides that any member may at any time rise in his or her place and seek leave to move the adjournment of the county assembly for the purposes of discussing a definite matter of urgent county importance. If you look at standing order number 34.3, it says that if the speaker is satisfied in terms of paragraph 2 and not less than 5 other members rise in their place in support, the speaker shall nominate time on the same day at which motion may be moved. So in this case, the reason why I have allowed you to canvass is because that one would now ask that I put a question on the same for the members to resolve, because the impact would be we adjourn and the same is given credence over the other. But I always prefer not to act unilaterally, but I need a majority support of the same so that we can be able to proceed. Otherwise, I would be forced not to adjourn if I'm to apply my discretion. So, honorable members, allow me therefore to proceed and put a question and see whether the same has the support of the honorable members. I therefore wish to put a question by on the motion by Honorable Gideon Koech on adjournment on matter of county importance, that the House resolves to adjourn to discuss the matter that has been moved regarding the late payment of salaries, and the House resolving to have the county secretary appear before the Committee on General Supervision to address the issues of the delayed salaries. Will as many as of a similar opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The implication, therefore, honorable members, that this will take precedent over the orders of business that we've set, and I would therefore before I can proceed, I would want the move of the motion to propose that we proceed right away after this session, or we go for the afternoon. Honorable Gideon.
Mr. Speaker, it is definite matter of urgent county importance. Mr. Speaker, I propose that we deal with the matter and discuss conclusively within this session so that we can be able to use the shortest time possible to get the facts as to why there is a delay in salaries.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kipkurui.
Honorable Speaker, as we are constituted, Honorable Speaker, we are now back to the normal session of this Honorable House, Honorable Speaker. And it will not be right, Honorable Speaker, to transact business when we have a stranger in the presence of Parliament.
Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Speaker, allow me to conclude.
Take a seat.
Honorable Speaker, let me conclude. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kipkurui, take a seat.
Honorable Speaker, if you may allow me.
Take a seat. I will not allow you for one reason. Just take a seat. I want to give.
Honorable Speaker, I have not concluded what I
Honorable
want to say.
Kipkurui, take a seat first. Please take a seat. There's a reason why I'm saying that. I needed the direction of the move of the motion because it had the implication of the same. Because once you have a motion of county importance, that one takes precedent over the existing business. So that once the move of the motion was ready for us to proceed, we would then temporarily suspend what had already been listed in our order paper. We'll excuse the CC Finance who was to speak. Take a seat, listen first. We dispense off that matter, and then he comes back after we have finished over the same. So I would ask the sergeant then to give...
Point of order, Honorable Speaker, before...
Honorable Mengech.
Yeah, just a matter in the motion. The mover of the motion, Honorable Koech, has mentioned the presence of the county secretary so that he can address the matter before. How then can we proceed without his...
That will be canvassed in the motion, Honorable Mengech. For now, I want to give it precedent so that then the order number 8 will come after we have dispensed off with this motion. So we'll ask our team from the finance team just to sit out there, wait, and then we'll recall them once we dispense off this matter. So the sergeants, you could get the CC, we dispense off this motion, and then we proceed.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kipkurui.
Honorable Speaker, that matter dispensed, I would send Honorable Speaker seek that you give guidance. If then, as by the intention of the motion by Honorable Koech, that, Honorable Speaker, we convert this sitting to the Committee of the Whole House, Honorable Speaker, so that we are able to allow the response from the particular officers that are of concern in this matter, Honorable Speaker.
So would you wish then that, because the proposal would be, if we convert it to a Committee of the Whole House, I will take a leave, and then you caucus, then once you have, then I can come back. Is that your proposal?
Honorable Speaker, I would propose, Honorable Speaker, that according to the standing orders, Honorable Speaker, that we transact this business as to the precedence that was set by the invitation of the CC for Health, Honorable Speaker, that she was able to respond to the Honorable House, Honorable Speaker, on matters of questions that were asked in your presence, Honorable Speaker, so that it is an invitation for response on questions raised by the Honorable House that must be responded to the Honorable House, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Gideon.
Mr. Speaker, I think the Honorable, our learned friend here, in the aspects of mentioning here in the House, is jumping the gun. Mr. Speaker, we need to dispense of and discuss this.
Agree on a resolution.
Yes, this motion, because this is a proposal that I have given. The Honorable members needs to deliberate, add, subtract, and come up with a sufficient conclusion in relation to this motion, Mr. Speaker. Then from there, we can now look at the avenues in which we can get the facts in relation to this particular motion. So it is important that as we speak, the House speaks, honorable members deliberate, seek, or even add or amend this particular motion to be able to fit
Honorable
into
Gideon,
the aspects.
I will stop you there because I want us to go straight to the issue, and I will invite you then to move the motion on the substance, which you had moved. Just move on the last bit, then we get a seconder and we discuss the motion right away.
Mr. Speaker, I think I proceed as by your guidance that now that I've read the aspects of this motion, and the last part is the resolution of this House. In my opinion, the County Secretary of State of Public Service ought to appear before us. Mr. Speaker, I know there are different opinions. Honorable members are here. They can add and subtract based on this motion, so that, Mr. Speaker, we can conclusively discuss this particular motion and see the best way to address this matter and deal with it conclusively, such that our county staff or workforce are in a position to be able to explain the predicament they face without saying there is nobody who cares for them. This House needs to speak. This House needs to pronounce itself on the best way. Can we talk about the issues? Is it about national treasury? Is it about our own source revenue? Is it about our workforce? Mr. Speaker, this House needs to pronounce itself in relation to this matter. So, honorable members, this motion is for all of us to deliberate and give suggestion, give resolution that we see is best to address the challenge facing the people of Nandi. It is so bad for us to have things continue the way it is without even our input. How will we explain to the people of Nandi that today here we are seated to listen to the CEC Finance deliver the estimates for financial year 2020-2021 when what we budgeted for 1920 is not yet explained? In fact, only to mention the issue of salaries. Mr. Speaker, I invite this House, let us deliberate and seek the proper way to do. I ask Honorable Teresa Mayo to second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Like I said before, I do stand to second this motion. Honorable Speaker, it's actually disturbing and distressing. Everyone has a budget line, and every month, everyone has commitments, and you even make dates for your commitments. Now that there is nothing to explain why this chronic delay in salaries, it's really important that we leave everything else out and deliberate on it. We thank the county government for the jobs that it has offered to the citizens of this county. We thank them, and we know it's a big favor in a way to have people working in the county government. But then again, they are human beings. They have children, they have families, they live in people's houses. They must eat if we are to have their benefit in their places of work. They cannot go empty stomachs, sleepless nights, and then we expect them to work for us and produce results. So it's important that we actually get to know if there is a problem, if there is a way we can solve once and for all, it can be better for the people of this county. We have commitments. Every employee has loans. These loans are a pressure to everyone. And if not paid in time, it incurs interests that are not called for. So, Honorable Speaker, it's important that we discuss this. The pandemic is another issue that has given everyone pressure in their minds. We need to sanitize, we need to wash our hands. So as much as we must listen to the budget, still we have to exhaustively discuss and solve the issue of salary delays. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I second.
Honorable members, I propose therefore a question on the motion on the matter of county importance as moved by Honorable Gideon be debated. Honorable Fred.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Ya kwanza nashukuru Mheshimiwa Nandils kwa mafikirio muhimu ambaye amefikiria ameleta mswada hapa bungeni. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, Nandi iko shida Mheshimiwa Spika. Wafanyakazi wa kaunti wote pamoja na sisi hawana mshahara, hawana pesa, wako na njaa. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi ni mheshimiwa hapa Kapsabet. Wafanyakazi wengi wa kaunti wamefungiwa nyumba kwa sababu ya kutolipwa mshahara Mheshimiwa Spika. Na makosa Mheshimiwa Spika ni waziri wetu wa fedha Mheshimiwa Spika. Ukiangalia vile usanyaji wa pesa vile inafanyika hapa town Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nimeongea na yeye, nimemwambia vile makosa iko, vile pesa inaibiwa, hakuna siku amefanya hata moja Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naunga mkono nurses na madaktari na wafanyakazi wakome kwa siku 3 kwa sababu kaunti itakufa. Kwa sababu gani Mheshimiwa Spika? Hii mshahara, watu wasipopata mshahara Mheshimiwa Spika, kazi haitafanyika Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa sababu gani? Hakuna hata mwenye anafanya kwa ofisi ya Mheshimiwa Gavana hana pesa. Mawaziri wenyewe hawana pesa kwa sababu ya watu wawili. Kwa sababu ya Mheshimiwa Gavana na Mheshimiwa Waziri wa Fedha. Kila mara tunapitisha pesa Mheshimiwa Spika. Ukiangalia kazi yetu ya bunge, tumepitisha kila kitu. Wanatuleta hapa tunapitisha. Hata tunafunja sheria za zingine kupitisha mshahara ili wananchi wapate mshahara. Mheshimiwa Spika, ukiangalia mambo kama haya imekuwa ni uchungu mno Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa sababu sisi tukitembea hata mashinani, wananchi wanatuuliza hii pesa imeenda wapi? Hatuelewi Mheshimiwa Spika. Ukiangalia kaunti zingine kama Uasin Gishu wamelipa watu mshahara kitambo Mheshimiwa Spika. Sisi hapa kaunti ya Nandi juzi tuliuliza na tuambia ati pengine ati mshahara wafanyakazi ni wengi. Wafanyakazi ni wengi na wanalipa shilingi 10,000. Shilingi 10,000. Unasema wafanyakazi ni wengi. Mshahara ya mtu mmoja wa Uasin Gishu ni 40,000. Inaandika watu 4 hapa Nandi County. Hiyo sio suluhisho. Tunataka tuseme ya kwamba kama serikali imeshindwa, mimi ni mmoja wa kuunga mkono. Ningaomba Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta hii serikali ya kaunti Nandi achukue. Ikuwe kama Nairobi Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu tayari imeshindwa Mheshimiwa Spika. Unajua serikali kuu ikichukua hii kaunti ya Nandi, hatutakosa mshahara, hatutakosa kazi yenye tunafanya kwa sababu wako na pesa ya kutosha. Makosa ni mingi Mheshimiwa Spika. Kuna wale contractors walifanya kazi, hawajawahi lipwa Mheshimiwa Spika. Wako na shida. Kuna mama moja kwa wadi yangu Mheshimiwa Spika, alienda banga akaomba pesa. Bwana yake alienda akatengeneza daraja Mheshimiwa Spika. Mzee yake amefariki, mama ni mgonjwa, yeye hajalipwa. Nyumba inatakana uuzwe kwa sababu ya mambo kama haya Mheshimiwa Spika. Miaka 5. Nafikiri kuna waheshimiwa hapa wanajua. Kuna mheshimiwa huyu, mheshimiwa Pius Murray, nafikiri tumeenda pale. Huyo mama sasa ameshikwa na stroke. Nyumba inataka kuuzwa, kaunti ya Nandi hawajalipa mheshimiwa speaker. Mheshimiwa speaker wengi. Kuna ma contractors wengi. Mheshimiwa speaker, kama sheria ingaturuhusu tungeandika barua kwa Senate, wapeleke hii kaunti ya Nandi iende serikali kuu, watusaidie ndio tuendelee mheshimiwa speaker. Kwa sababu tunaona kaunti inaanguka. Unajua hakuna haja tungojee sasa ile imeanguka, tunaanza kusema sijui ilikuwa namna gani. Sisi ndio tutalaumiwa kama wabunge wa kaunti ya Nandi. Lazima tuangalie, ningeenda waambie wabunge wahakikisha kwamba mshahara isipolipwa sisi wote tutafutwa kazi. Unajua nimesikia pengine waheshimiwa wengine hapa wanapinga mkono ati sijui serikali. Kama kama ameanguka, mtaenda naye nyumbani. Kwa sababu wananchi wanajua, matajiri ni wananchi. Kama saa juzi tulikuwa tunasema barabara hakuna, wananyamaza. Maji hakuna, wananyamaza. Saa hii mshahara hakuna, dawa hakuna. Mheshimiwa Spika, nafikiri kaunti ya Nandi iko na shida Mheshimiwa Spika. Tungependa kusema hata saa hii, hata kama unasoma budget, hii budget wanasoma kila siku. Wenyewe wanakula, wananchi wanabaki empty. Mheshimiwa Spika, hakuna hata hivi vitu mnasema isomo Mheshimiwa Spika. Hiyo maneno mnasema isomo, mnasoma nini? Hii wenye nasoma sasa ni mwaka 2021. Mwaka 19-20 pesa iko wapi? Na hakuna kitu imefanyika Mheshimiwa Spika. Kaunti ya Nandi hakuna. Lazima tuhakikisha kwamba hata kama ni heri tukosa hata kufanya kazi, lakini wananchi walipe pesa. Mheshimiwa Spika, hapa town bwana biashara wanategemea mshahara wa wafanyakazi. Hakuna biashara inaendelea kwa sababu kila kitu imekwisha. Ningependa mheshimiwa, hakuna haja kupembeleza. Wananchi wataangalia ule mtu anaona anataka kuangusha Nandi. Kama yeye unafuata kwa hiyo nyororo unaona kaunti inaanguka, wananchi waangalie huyo mtu hataki kaunti ya Nandi endelee. Kwani kaunti ya Nandi ilikuwa na shida gani? Mheshimiwa mwenye alikuja mbeleni ilikuwa na shida. Huyu tena ni shida. Hata mimi nikiwa mheshimiwa hapa Kapsabet, ile mambo inafanyika na hiyo serikali kuu inafanyika kwa hii bunge pia. Kuna wale wabunge wananyanyaswa, wale wabunge wa kaunti wa Nandi. Ukiangalia tukiweka pesa kwa mafuta inaibiwa. Ukileta hapa kusema ati imeibiwa, kuna waheshimiwa wanapisha, wanasema hapana, hiyo ni uongo. Huyu waziri tulifukuza nyumbani kwa sababu alishindwa na kazi, kulipa wananchi na kufanya kazi. Kuna waheshimiwa waliunga mkono arudi hapa. Tena leo wanaunga mkono ati aendelee. Aendelee aje na wananchi wamehangaika. Tungependa mimi kama hawatalipa mshahara kupita kesho, mimi nitakuwa mbele ya maandamano ya madaktari hata wafanyakazi wa kaunti. Tufunge hii serikali iishe. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki.
Honorable comment.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. May I take this early opportunity to really thank Honorable Koech for Nandi Hills for coming up with this motion of county importance. Honorable Speaker, our county is suffering. Our county is bleeding. We have serious issues that are actually making our county actually be on its knees. I think as an assembly, it is high time we take tough decisions which are going to make this county of ours serve the purpose it was created for. Today, our staff are suffering because there is no salaries. And above that, there are statutory deductions which attract penalties. How are we going to settle these penalties? NHIF doubles the value when do not pay. NSSF, the same. Where are we going to get this money to pay for these penalties? Our staff today cannot be able to access medical services. I think it is high time that we work out on ways of salvaging our county. If you look at, I was talking today to CEC Roads, Engineer Dries, and he was actually saying that the debts that is being owed to the person who is servicing the low loader is so much, to the extent that he is not able to service the low loader after the accident that happened. So that means, again, we're actually accumulating debts everywhere. If it is contractors' debts, if it is workers' debts, if it is medical debts, where are we going to end up? When are we going to end this matter? As for me, I would say the buck stops at the governor. when we make decisions for better management of our county, the same governor brings the same people back to the system. How are we going to rescue this county? The only best remedy remaining is one. Governor must go. Thank you.
Honorable Kipkurui.
Honorable Speaker, I want to really recognize the effort and appreciate my good friend, Honorable Gideon Koech, for this timely motion. Honorable Speaker, I think it is good to be alive to the facts. Often than not, everyone says things are different on the ground. And Honorable Speaker, if today there was a ballot to be cast, all the MCS and the executive, the governor, would go home. And the first people who will vote us out are the staff and employees of this county. Honorable Speaker, this has been consistently progressing, and we've been watching it. First, it was 1 week delay. It came to 2 weeks. It came to 3 weeks. 1 month. Now, we are talking about 2 months. Honorable Speaker, it is only safe that we are now at the end of a financial year, but be sure it would be 3 months rolling. Why, Honorable Speaker? We need to address the reason why we are here. There is human failure in all of this, Honorable Speaker. The reason why we are here, and why I would, at least for once, the leader of majority appreciated that it is more of a priority to discuss the salary delays in this county than read the budget statement. Because, Honorable Speaker, if a budget statement